Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Trade by Numbers. Now, it's Wednesday, April the 12th. We got CPI numbers out today, but don't for a second think that that's the end of what's going on this week. We got a lot going on. We're going to talk about that, so stick around to the end. I don't think you're going to want to miss it. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name's Josiah, and I trade stocks and cryptocurrencies for a living. And if you hate making money, this is not the channel for you. Now, if you like making money, if you like learning about stocks, crypto, and investing, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell. And if you want to become part of the Discord, join the Investors Jumpstart program. It's the first link below this video. You're not going to want to miss out on that. We're going to be giving away some free cash over there. Plus, you got access to Ask Me pretty much anything you want to ask. We're going to make money together. So let's get into the market. Now, CPI numbers come out this morning, and they were better than expected. Not only were they better than expected, I actually looked at the numbers, and after looking at everything, just about everything was actually just a little bit better. Now, we've had some past CPI reports that come in a little bit better than expected, and I looked at the numbers and I was like, I don't know what anyone's getting excited about, because this is up, this is up, this is up. But today's CPI report actually showed that inflation's going in the right direction, at least when you're looking at the report. Now, what does that mean for the market? Well, this could be that rallying point that allows this market to push up just a little bit higher before we end up with that bubble burst that I have been talking about. Or could we see a little reservation, because there's still a lot of stuff going on this week. Do not underestimate the FOMC minutes that are releasing this afternoon. That could have a huge impact on the market once it gets out there, everything that was talked about in the last FOMC meeting. Not only that, we have PPI numbers releasing in the morning. That's going to have a huge impact as well. And then we also have the core retail sales coming out on Friday, along with a lot of big banks reporting. That could be huge for the market, because that's going to kind of tell the tale of, is there a big crisis out there in the banking industry? Or is things a lot better than expected, and, the Silicon Valley Bank collapsing and all, that's just been a media darling, which is kind of what I've come on here and talked about. I think they've blown it way out of proportion, but the real question is, are banks going to beat expectations, or are they going to come in lighter than expected and maybe show some trouble out there? So we'll be able to find that out come Friday. So a lot of stuff going on. Now, I will say, I was sitting here watching the pre-market. We were pretty much flat. CPI numbers come out. We rallied up a little over 0.75%. We've come back down. We're back up to about 0.75% right now as I'm shooting this video. So we do have the market up a little bit. So how am I going to be playing this? Well, we've already been talking about this all week. Now, we bought some SQQQQ. We sold them on Monday. We made some really good money. And I said that I'm going to be watching this market. If the market rallies up, I'm going to look at this to buy some long puts on the TQQQ. That's what I'm going to be watching for there. And if the market comes down, well, then that's where I'm going to start looking at picking up. If the market comes down and the SQQQ starts to rise, then I may look at picking up a short call or something on the TQQQ, or a put on the SQQQ. That's how I'm going to be playing these markets, because these markets have just been volatile. I do believe overall we've got the markets going to be coming down over the next few months. However, for now, the bulls are trying to run this market up. I think there's a lot of big money trying to bring money up into the market before the inevitable kind of sell-off, because as we all know, the market is a way to transfer wealth from the inpatient to the patient. And so we need to be out there, we need to be patient, we need to be smart with our money. So don't just go out there and FOMO in. I talked a little bit about this on Bitcoin yesterday. Everything I've heard about Bitcoin over the last couple of days is Bitcoin's going to the moon. We're on this massive Bitcoin bull run. I've been calling out for over a month that we were going to hit 30,000. We've done that. And I believe at this point we're going to start to retrace. I don't believe this is a bull run. I'm not buying now. If I'm wrong, so be it. If I'm wrong and it runs to 40,000, then it runs to 40,000. It's no skin off my nose. We made money on the move, and now we can sit here and be patient. I don't want to buy at 30,000 expecting it to drop back down close to 20 when I can just be patient. If it runs to 40, I lose nothing. If I'm right and it comes down to 20, then I protected my money. And that's how you make money out there in this kind of market, is by being smart and by being patient. So we want to continue to be patient with our trades. I was really happy. I called out Coinbase yesterday. I said that I was looking for Coinbase to move up, get that gap fill up close to that $75 mark. And of course, we've been holding that stock for a little over a week. I was really happy to see it break up above 70. I actually sold my position, made some good money on it. Didn't make a fortune. I made about 20% on my calls because they were getting close to expiration. They was going to expire this week. So I went ahead and sold them yesterday. And I will say that with Bitcoin where it is right now, in the market, if it gets a pump today, we could actually see that $75 fill and see it run up, and it would have been a little bit more profitable for me if I'd have held. However, we don't never get upset about taking profits, do we? Because no one ever went broke taking profits. Remember that. It doesn't matter if you catch all of a move as long as you catch and come out ahead. If you consistently come out ahead, I don't care if it's by a quarter of a percentage point, you're going to make money long term. And so that's the message I always want to get out there. I want everybody to know that it's all about being able to make profits time and time again and not collecting losses. But either way, I was really happy to see it spike up. It got up over 72. I was like, you know what, this is close enough. Went ahead and cut my losses on that, or well, it was gains, but I went ahead and got out of that position so that I could be ready to roll over into something this morning. What I was actually hoping for, if the CPI numbers was good, I was really hoping the market would just really spike up, and it's still possible that could happen, because you know that if the market spikes up 1.5 or 2% in the pre-market, that I love to bet against it. I love to watch for that retracement, because if I see the market just shoot up 1.5, 2%, the chances of it staying there all day is pretty slim. I like to bet against it and let that come back down and take some profits there. So maybe we'll still get an opportunity before the market opens to do that. But other than that, that's what I'm going to be watching. I'm really curious to see how the rest of this week plays out, because I believe once we get all this information in, once we get through this week, we'll kind of have the information in of what this market's going to trade with for the next week to 2 weeks, and that's going to give us a lot more foresight than what we currently have. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Join me this afternoon. We'll see how everything plays out, and until next time, be blessed, and remember, never trade with your emotions, always trade by the numbers.